Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days. Welcome to this week's Raw review. Finally, the huggable one. Bayley is on Raw. Took me by surprise. You can see my reaction to it actually. I always record the full show reactions and then just take out the best bits. So I've already uploaded the Bayley reaction video. Caught me by surprise. I put my hands up, you know, I was so engrossed in the Balor story, you know, who saw that coming? The Bayley thing, yeah, it just didn't dawn on me. When the crowd started calling for her, that's when I started to get pretty excited. But I didn't go into this thinking, oh, I think we'll see Bayley tonight. So yeah, it was brilliant. What a moment! You know, I'm so excited. It's a game changer, and this is the perfect time for her as well. She could be the face of WWE, no doubt about it in my mind. You know, she appeals to the kids. She's got a great connection to the adults as well. She's that full spectrum. The whole crowd are behind her, and you know, she's got a great entrance. She's a fantastic worker. She's up there for me. She's up there with Balor and Seth and Roman and, you know, all of those. So watch this space. We'll get into it all. I just need to do a couple of shout outs. Epic Fred and Harry King, thank you very much for your support, and thank you to all of you guys. We have now gone over 5,000 subs, which is just insane. I didn't in my wildest dreams expect the channel to be, you know, achieving that. And what's even more exciting is it's going, it keeps going, it keeps growing and moving forward, and it's brilliant. You know, this is great for me because I want these videos to be seen, and I want to share this stuff with as many people as possible. So if you haven't subbed yet, I'd really appreciate it if you could. But for those of you that have, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. There'll be videos going up later today. Celebrating 5,000. The subscribers wing to the Wrestling Days Hall of Fame will open tonight, so watch this space. So loads of videos on the way, so as I say, if you haven't subbed, I wouldn't want you to miss out on what's to come. But let's talk about Raw, right? Because there was plenty to talk about. Balor is out for 6 months. I thought this Raw was fantastic. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. There was very little that I didn't enjoy. This was one of the strongest Raws of the year for me. I think that there was purpose to the matches, real purpose to the matches. No one saw the Balor injury coming. That was a shock at the start. You know, knew he'd hurt his shoulder, but didn't think it was going to be enough for him to, you know, have to relinquish the title. And when they said that he was going to be out, even at that point, I thought it was going to be a few weeks. 6 months. You know, I mean, it's really sad, but I think the timing is perfect for him because he's not going to miss Mania. He is always going to have been the first Universal Champion, and you know, we're not going to be tired of seeing him. Not that you will get tired of seeing him, but you know, we've seen the Demon King once at SummerSlam, not counting last week's Raw. And you know, going forward now, he can go away for a few months, come back, he'll still be fresh, he'll build towards Rumble, build towards Mania. I think it's fine. You know, it's not perfect, but if you're going to have an injury and be out for 6 months, this is all right. The Balor side plates as well, did you see them? The teeth on the new Universal Championship look smart. Shame they won't be on there for much longer. Rollins as well, trolling the crowd, saying the belt was exquisite. Wonderful design, you know, the crowd booing. It's clear people are not into this Universal Championship belt. And then out came Zayn, Jericho, Kevin Owens, Enzo and Big Cass, Roman Reigns. Tournament was announced, starts straight away, concludes next week. Next week is must-see. It's must-see. So we get Zayn against Rollins, first of all. Brilliant match, fantastic match. And Zayn really selling his ankle injury that he picked up. Pedigree win for Seth. But this was a great kick-off to Raw, from the announcement to the guys coming down to this first match. action-packed, and it was brilliant. What I loved as well was that at the start they kept having lots of breaking news. We've got breaking news for you guys. Next week it's going to be a fatal four-way for the championship. I liked that. It was like, right, what else is going to happen? Little did we know that Bayley was going to step out later on. Next we get Neville against Owens. Neville looks like $1 million. Neville is very quickly now becoming my favourite superstar on the main roster. Maybe Bayley, maybe Balor, but Neville is up there. His facial hair, look now, he looks fantastic. He's got rid of the purple. He's now got the red ring attire, which is much better. He's got the red arrow finisher. Thank God someone has got common sense at WWE headquarters. But he's brought a lot of power to his arsenal as well. You know, when he picked Kevin Owens up, held him there, and then bang, German. Oh, it was wonderful. You know, he's bringing power moves in with his aerial attacks, and he's striking as well. You know, he's a quick striker. He could be a world champion. He should be a world champion. So should Kevin Owens. But I think there's a list. Sami Zayn should as well. I'd love to see Jericho actually. I think Jericho deserves it because of the work he's been doing this year. But on that list, you should write the name of Neville because he is getting better and better. I just hope they don't waste this opportunity. Put him in a feud, give him some massive wins. Let's push him forward. Next up, we get New Day coming out with Big E. They were back to being fun. It's great when they're a trio. They were about to open up a piñata that had Bootios in. Gallows and Anderson come down. What I liked as well was Gallows and Anderson said Kofi was the stupidest one out of the group, and I swear, I'm sure Xavier agreed. I'm sure Xavier went, yeah, he is. Which I just thought was brilliant. It set up a match, Big E against Anderson. Big E picks up the victory, and you know, Gallows and Anderson were right. They did get the victory at SummerSlam. It was DQ victory because of Big E interfering, and well, I don't know if it was Big E interfering or Jon Stewart interfering, but Gallows and Anderson are in line for a title shot. But I honestly think New Day are on track to break Demolition's record, so I don't see it happening for Gallows and Anderson. Titus O'Neil up next. A decent promo from Titus. Said that he dropped the dead weight of Darren Young when he was in the Primetime Players. And he said that as a result, losing the titles was one of the happiest things that ever happened to him because he lost the titles and that dead weight. Crowd chanting for Slater. Slater is over, but we didn't see him this week. Hopefully we see him on SmackDown tomorrow. Although in all fairness, he might still be selling the beatdown that he got from Randy because that was vicious last week. Backlund comes down anyway, slaps on the crossface. I should have uploaded that reaction. I don't know if I have it anymore. I freaked when Backlund came down. If you've been watching the channel for a while, you'll know I'm a big Bob Backlund fan. Slaps on the crossface chicken wing. Titus manages to get out of it. That brings Darren Young down. Clash of Titus. This is a hot feud. I'm into this because of Bob Backlund being involved. And yeah, hopefully we'll see it at the next pay-per-view, which I can't remember what it is. I can't remember. Is it in Clash of Champions next for Raw? Anyway, next up, repercussions for Brock. We don't know what they are yet, but Steph was saying she agrees with Shane, which I didn't know if that's the way they were going to go or if she was going to go, no, good, I'm glad he beat up Shane. But she said she agrees with Shane, there will be repercussions. Big Cass against Rusev. Enzo coming out going, I hear you two are from the Bulgarians. Is that east side or west side? And I kind of enjoyed that. I like it when Enzo's, you know, fun. And I liked that little bit. Rusev just walks away, you know, he's selling his injury he got from SummerSlam. Means that Big Cass goes through to the final, which was a big surprise. Rusev's US champion. He doesn't need to be heavyweight champion as well, or universal champion, sorry. Great promo from Jericho and KO backstage. It's the same old stuff, but they just deliver it in fresh ways. So absolutely loved it. Building up for the main event, which was going to be Jericho against Roman Reigns. Next, we get Charlotte out. Wicked promo from Charlotte, saying that, you know, she is the queen and all this, and you know, Sasha's injured and there's no one that can stand in her way now. That brings out Foley. I did wonder if Noelle was going to come out. I didn't think that Noelle was going to be, you know, pushed straight to the top or anything. But I just wondered if Foley was going to say, how can you say there's no one to challenge you? Here we've got my daughter, Noelle, and we've got, you know, and bring someone else out. I can't even remember who's on the women's roster now on Raw. But they could bring it. He could have brought out Nia Jax, couldn't he? Oh, I didn't even think about Nia Jax. Straight away I saw Foley, and actually, because I'd just been watching Holy Foley, that's what made me think Noelle. But as I said, it didn't dawn on me for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just because I've had wrestling overload, but Bayley just didn't dawn on me until the crowd started chanting. She comes out anyway, absolutely wicked moment. This for me took a really great Raw, made it epic, made it one of the best of the year. She came out, it was absolutely brilliant pop for her, gets into the ring, she has a nice little promo bit where she's like, you know, dishing out hugs and everything. Cut a long story short, she ends up having a match with Dana. It's an alright match. She picks up the victory. It did what it needed to do. Bayley wins with the Bayley to belly. But I'm just so excited to see where we go from here. Next up we get Johnny Knockout saying that he's there because he likes big sweaty guys. I'm sure he only said that so that the Twitter would explode, you know. He could get himself highlighted a little bit because, well, I'm talking about him now, aren't I? But Braun came down and dominated, as you'd expect, but he was full of charisma. You know, the fact that he was like shouting all throughout the match, but then not only that, he pins him again afterwards, tells the referee to count it. You know, he's not this kind of lost, oh, I need to be with Bray because I don't really know how to talk and I haven't really got that much charisma. He looks like a monster. They are building him perfectly. Keep doing this for a few more weeks, but then give him a proper challenge. Give him someone that he can actually steamroller that's on the roster. But I think he should be on the next pay-per-view. Dudley Boyz say goodbye. This was quite heartfelt. I really enjoyed it. I loved the clip from 1999 when they debuted. They spoke about Edge and Christian. They spoke about the Hardy Boys. Big cheer for those guys. Out came the Shining Stars that have got a new start to their music, so it's not straight into that. Like they talk about Puerto Rico first, and then like there's I think a couple of notes, and then it goes into that annoying music, but it sounded better. They came out, they were, you know, crowd chanting for tables. It was going that way, but then Gallows and Anderson come out and they end up putting the Dudleys through the tables. I don't know what that means. Does that mean the Dudleys are gone? Or are they going to stick around and get some revenge? Honestly, I don't know. But that then, it was a long segment, but it was all right. The Dudleys were, you know, passionate enough in their delivery to make it watchable. It's just, I was left confused after it as to where things stand now. And then that brought us to the final match, and that was Jericho against Roman Reigns. Really enjoyed it, back and forth. Kevin Owens comes down and interferes, but Reigns goes through, and to no great surprise. Although I did think a few times Jericho was going to go through. So next week, Universal Championship, we've got Kevin Owens, we've got Roman Reigns, we've got Big Cass, and we've got Seth Rollins. So I honestly don't know which way that goes. Out of those, I think I would like Kevin Owens to have a chance. And, you know, he could be the arrogant champion. You'd have Jericho by his side. I'm into that. So hopefully I'll be keeping everything crossed they give it to KO. But this was a fantastic week. Really enjoyed it. Brooklyn crowd still hot after 2 nights. You know, it's the 3rd night. Still a hot crowd, and they were treated to some great moments this week on Raw, so awesome. Again, thanks a lot to you guys as well and the support that you've shown the channel. There will be videos coming up, so if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Give the video a like if you liked it. You can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Wrestling Days UK. And I'm off to do a toy hunt now, so I need to run, but hopefully I'll see you again next time, later today. Don't know. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Bayley, finally. I'll give you a hug actually. Oh, come here.